the death warrant of Social Security, and how, frankly, I believe, and I base this not just on common sense, but also on having seen this movie before, and I'm guessing many of you have as well, if you were paying attention. We saw this during the Reagan administration, we saw it during the Bush administration, we saw it during the first Trump administration, although not quite so much. I mean, he really didn't have any idea what he was doing. He didn't expect to win the presidency. He surrounded himself with some fairly rational people, at least for the first 3 years. And but now, the gloves are off. Now, Trump is trying to go full Orban or full Putin, and of course, full whatever the billionaires want, the billionaires get. And the main thing that the billionaires want is to not have to pay income taxes on Social Security or for Social Security. Right now, if you make over $170,100, I believe, maybe it's $176,000. $176,100. If you make more than that, which, Elon Musk does like in the first 3 minutes of January 1st, Jeff Bezos does maybe in the first 4 minutes of January 1st. I don't know the actual minutes, but you understand what I'm saying. You pay Social Security tax on that first $176,000, but then after that, you don't pay anything. You can make all the money you want, and you don't pay a penny into the Social Security Trust Fund. And if Social Security was to remain solvent for the next 75 years, and that's as far out as the actuaries do it. I mean, that, functionally means forever. If Social Security is to remain solvent for the next 75 years, and if all Americans were to get a substantial Social Security raise, Bernie Sanders has a proposal for everybody to get $2,500 a year as a raise for, of their Social Security income, which wouldn't quite take us back to where Social Security was compared to cost of living back in 1986 when Ronald Reagan, quote, reformed Social Security and began this slow slide where Social Security does not grow as fast as inflation. But anyhow, if billionaires, if we wanted to have Social Security be completely solvent forever, all we have to do is say to the multimillionaires, the millionaires, and the billionaires, y'all have to pay your Social Security taxes on every penny of income you take. I mean, you have to pay income taxes on every penny. Well, unless you're a billionaire, of course. Billionaires in America pay an average of around 4% income taxes. Nice work if you can get it, right? I mean, holy cow. We have a friend who's a surgeon, and he added up all of his income taxes, state, federal, city, everything else, and he's like, I'm paying something like 46% income taxes. I'm like, that's because you only make, $600,000-$700,000 a year. The guy, like I said, he's a abdominal surgeon. I forget what they're called. And, but if you made $1 billion a year, you could only pay 4%. Or maybe if you made $10 million a year. I mean, there's some threshold there where when you start getting just fabulously rich, you stop paying income taxes. And so, whether, bus drivers pay more income taxes than do billionaires. So, anyhow, here's the bottom line. The billionaires don't want Social Security to tax them. That's number one. There's basically a couple of reasons why billionaires hate Social Security. That's number one. They don't want to pay, they just hate paying income taxes. They think it's unfair. It's my money, I earned it, right? Number two, the billionaires who hate government and want to basically do away with it. I mean, the poster boy for this, of course, is Elon Musk with Doge. Those billionaires hate Social Security because Social Security has been going since 1935, never missed a payment, and it proves the government can actually work. Well, if they're going to prevail with their argument that it's time to end, regulation and deregulate, do away with the EPA and do away with, public education and kill the education, they've got to convince average Americans that the government sucks, that the government is evil and dysfunctional and screwed up. And, good luck with that when Social Security is proof that the government works. So how is Donald Trump, or how are Donald Trump and Elon Musk going to destroy Social Security? Well, the first thing you have to do is turn Americans against the program. Once you've got, public sentiment on your side, then you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. So how do you turn Americans against Social Security? You make it not work. They just laid off 7,000 employees at the Social Security Administration. Now, relative to both in absolute numbers and relative to the amount of claims that they process, Social Security is at the lowest level of staffing that it has been at in 50 years, basically since the Reagan Revolution. Because every Republican who comes in cuts the Social Security Administration staff. Why? For this same reason. They want to make it so that when you call Social Security, you're on hold for 3 hours. They want to make it so if you try to make an appointment with Social Security, you have to wait 6 months. They want to make it so when you show up for your appointment, you have to wait all day. They want to make it so that Social Security is a hellscape. So the Social Security, interacting with Social Security, if you have a problem, if you want to get Social Security disability, that it takes years, they just want to make it as horrible as possible. And that's why, last week they laid off 7,000 Social Security workers, and then, Musk essentially announced that an additional 30,000, half the workforce, may be on the chopping block. So get ready. Get ready. This is how you destroy Social Security. And this is what these guys are all about. They hate Social Security. They want to see it go away. They don't want to pay their damn taxes. And they don't want Americans to think the government can work because, hey, they don't need government. They've got, private jets that fly out of private airports. You saw Musk is taking a meat axe now to the TSA. Oh, God. And of course, the FAA. So anyhow, get ready. All right, is Trump really going to invade Canada and Greenland? Stick around.